Good evening, YouTube viewers, Facebook friends, Facebook family, and to my subscribers. I want to welcome you to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. Today, I'm going to post a video that's mainly for my community. But I'm going to post it to YouTube also because it may be a learning experience for some younger people. And it involves police and community interaction. On the 7th of March 2016, I just happened to walk outside onto my porch. There was a group of young men and women standing on the corner down the street from my house. And it just so happens that a parish deputy, sheriff, was patrolling the area, and he came by my house and was making a turn onto the street next to my house when one of the individuals in the crowd shouted out a derogatory term to the police officer or to the deputy. The deputy stopped, he backed up, and when he backed up, I guess the individual that shouted the insult or derogatory statement or whatever it was took off running. So the deputy pulls up to the corner, he stops, he gets out of the car, and he walks into the area where the young fella had ran to, I guess to talk to him or whatever. Well, when he got there, the young man started bucking up to him, as we call it, talking loud, talking crazy, and ended up being taken to the ground, fighting and resisting with the police. You know, as a former police officer myself, in this area, I know for a fact how people instigate and stir things up that are very simple, probably no big issue. Now, I don't know if this young man was trying to impress his friends or what his reasoning was behind his statement or why he ran. I have no idea as to why. But I want to try and make a point. And hopefully this is a teachable moment for some people who, for whatever reason they have, dislike, hate, or despise people who wear the uniform of being a police officer, peacekeeper, or someone who's going to respond and handle your problems if you just so call them or have them come to your community or to your house or come to help you out. The first thing that I want to tell anyone: police officers are human beings like everybody else. And they're going to react to insults, to derogatory statements directed at them. They're going to respond to that. In my view, if you're picking at me, calling me names, or doing something to disrespect me as an individual or disturbing my peace, that's probable cause for me as a police officer to interact with you, to confront you. You know, I know we have wide shoulders. We're supposed to be the strongest and we're not supposed to let anything bother us. But a derogatory statement towards me is an indication that you either have a problem with me or you want to do me something. That's how I look at it. Secondly, law enforcement personnel, police officers, deputy sheriffs, state police, they are not toys. They're not someone you should be playing with, teasing. You know, these are grown adult men who's doing a job. If you see a police officer in your community, he's doing his job. He's patrolling your community, doing what he's supposed to do. You know, the average citizen may not understand what police officers do. Well, patrolling is one of their functions. Their biggest function is riding around, looking to see if anything is wrong, and waiting for that call that something has happened somewhere or that someone needs their service in some location. That's what police officers do in general. That's the biggest portion of their job. Hurry up and wait on something to happen or for you to call for service, which they will respond to and do the best they can to resolve whatever the problem may be. That's it. That's what police officers do. Thirdly, why are you running? What are you running from? You see a patrol car come into your community, come up the street, and as he gets closer to you, your reaction is to run from the police. Just run. No, why are you running? Have you committed a crime? Are you wanted for a warrant? What is your purpose for running? When you take flight, you see a police car, you take flight. That gives that individual police officer or deputy sheriff or state police or whoever it is probable cause for reasonable suspicion that you've committed some offense or something. You know, my advice to any young man or any young woman is to not to be running when you see the police. Why run? If you did nothing, if you're not wanted for something, you shouldn't be worried about the police. Period. I mean, I see them all the time. I drive down the street, I walk down the street. I don't take off running because I see a police car. So why run? Stop running from the police if you don't have some good damn reason to do it. Fourthly, on average, and this is, I'll say 9 times out of 10, a police officer patrolling the neighborhood will see you standing on the corner, ride by, wave at you or may not wave at you, and go on about his business because he don't see any reason to interact with you. Now, if you want to curse him out or call him names or shout out obscenities and get his attention, then he may stop to find out what your problem is or why you're doing what you're doing to him. Keep in mind, don't run from the police if you haven't did anything to run. Don't pick at the police because they're human beings like you. You don't want nobody calling you names or picking at you or teasing you. for any reason. Be a normal citizen. Act like somebody with sense. And when you do see someone that is being confronted by the police, or that is, being handled by the police, don't go around instigating. Don't go around instigating and teasing and picking at the police officer. You only make things more dangerous. That's what happens when you start playing with the police. Don't play with the police. Police officers are not toys. Bear that in mind when you have to be dealing with the police officer. Try your damnedest. Do your best to cooperate so that you can walk away unscathed, unarrested, or whatever. Now, if you're guilty of something or if you've done something, expect to be arrested and and deal with it the way you should deal with it, with common sense. Go get what you got to get taken care of and go on about your business. Don't make the situation worse by fighting, arguing, trying to resist the police officers if there's a reason for you. And even if there isn't a reason for him to be messing with you, the best thing you can do is try to cooperate to get yourself out of the situation. That's a message to you, and hopefully it's a learning experience. God only knows how many police officers end up in trouble behind people instigating, crowds of people gathering around the police officers, and individuals who, for whatever reason it is, hate, dislike, and want to curse and pick at the police. Don't pick at police officers. They're not toys. They're not an object for you to go around insulting and just disrespecting outrightly. Keep that in mind. Thanks for viewing this YouTube video post. God bless you. God bless America. Ciao.